You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. White conservatives are freaking out. In fact, last night it was so funny on Fox News. They had a special, Laura Ingraham, and she had DeSantis, she had the governor of Texas. And so here's the new thing. All these white Republicans, their new thing is trying to say systemic racism doesn't exist. Listen to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, the person who they're proclaiming to be the front runner for the Republicans in 2024, going on and on and on with white nationalist Laura Ingraham, whining about systemic racism.
This proposition that we are a systemically racist country. Your reaction?
Well, it's a bunch of horse manure. I mean, give me a break. This country has had more opportunity for more people than any country in the history of the world. And it doesn't matter where you trace your ancestry from. We've had people that have been able to succeed and all. And here's the problem with things like critical race theory that they're peddling. They're basically saying all our institutions are bankrupt and they're illegitimate. Okay, so how do you have a society if everything in your society is illegitimate? So it's a very harmful ideology, and I would say really a race-based version of a Marxist-type ideology. So we've banned it in our schools here in Florida. We're not going to put any taxpayer dollars to critical race theory, and we want to treat people as individuals, not as members of groups.
I find that to be laughable, Teresa, because they damn sure don't mind treating black folks as groups when they're trying to have voter suppression.
Yeah, that entire, I watched it as well. And so that entire roundtable discussion, with the conservative leadership of the party is really disturbing, because not knowing, the impact of that conversation and those in the audience, I actually had a friend who was doing production on that side, and I'm like, how many African Americans were there? There were probably like 3 people and they're on staff. So when we talk about systemic racism and how, and Governor DeSantis said he eliminated that education inside the school system, he's really doing a disservice not only to the individuals that's in his state, but also to the culture, because you have to understand, and Roland, you talk about this all the time, when we really, start to dig into what systematic racism is and what it looks like and the various forms thereof. And so when we have, elected leaders saying this type of ideology, and people are essentially, okay with this and okay with not knowing where our history and not knowing, how we came out of it, but then got a nerve to say that opportunities are just at the horizon, when really, African Americans and immigrants actually built this country. It's a hard shocker. Again, for those who are being elected and teaching this type of doctrine, who knows what the generation is going to be? And it's just really harmful to the public.
Actually, no, but I think to Jason's point, let me channel Dr. Greg Carr, who would say right now, I'm glad to see the white nationalists speaking publicly what they've always said and believed privately. Because see, because it's now become real, now they got no choice. There's no such thing as dog whistle anymore. No, they're hollering, they're screaming, they're yelling. They're saying exactly what the whole deal is. Donald Trump was the embodiment of white supremacy. And Donald Trump said stuff not giving a damn, and the rest of the party was like, oh, well, hell, we don't have to listen to Lee Atwater and use other phrases. We could just go ahead and say it. We don't want y'all asses here. The travel ban, that's all that was about. We do not want people of color. What did Trump say? Why can't we get more people from Denmark? What was he saying? Hey, we need more white people. Game, recognize game. So, Jason, what our response has to be is to say, thank you. I appreciate you showing your sheets without the hoods?
No, I agree. And number one, people from Denmark don't want to come here because they've got universal health care and a lot of things that we need here in this country. But I think you're absolutely correct. You know, I think it's good when people, you know, it's the old metaphor that I think Malcolm gave, where he talked about, you know, a wolf and a sheep, a wolf and a fox. You know, a wolf lets you know who they are and you can see them coming. A fox pretends to be with you while he's sizing you up the entire time. And so I'm actually glad that people like Donald Trump have exposed a lot of these members of Congress, a lot of people who are celebrities, a lot of others. We know who they are and what they represent now. And I think that's actually a good thing. Like, you know, I'm not shocked anymore when these people expose themselves and show exactly who they are, what they stand for, and the policy that they stand for. And I think one of the scary things, though, and I see what Miss Tiffany is saying, is, you know, the fact that it's been so mainstreamed to be hostile to people of color, whether it's Muslims or whether it's immigrants from Central America. It's become so mainstream to speak so openly about being hostile to those groups that it's going to be uncomfortable. But I think, again, like the brother was saying earlier, we just have to continue to fight against that and to, you know, make inroads that way.
Bottom line is, folks, we got to know exactly what we're dealing against, and we got to prepare folks for it. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.